episode of Doddie Aid. We are flying through this month. We are smashing it out. All the challenges are been amazing. We have just come off the back of hosting the Doddie Aid Roll, which was amazing. To be fair, as a personal note, it was one of the coolest things we've done in a long time. I said all present and accounted for today is myself, John, and Martin. Both of you again. Tip of the caps for smashing your totals. I think we both said, we all said, sorry, that we were going to be hitting about 30 miles a week. I think we're all close into the 50s.
Easy.
Well,
42.4, but I mean 42.4.
We're close. I said we are smashing it.
We're all definitely ahead of schedule anyway.
That's it. Let's keep plugging away. Team Glasgow, we're going to put a shout out that you are not doing what is expected of you, but so we need to double down. Yeah, we need to double down a little bit here, because we're like a Braveheart type thing, It says we've got the less numbers, that they're stacked up against us. We just need to double down. So
are we doing actually? That's a good point.
I'm just doing a live check now.
Live check. We're at
Glasgow miles. It's a sad state here. Glasgow's miles are 54,843. Good effort. North and Midlands, who are top, and granted have over double the amount of people, have done 128,503 miles.
What's the ratio? What's the ratio on what they've done to what we've done? So.
That's really complicated maths, man.
I know I'm a qualified accountant, but I'm not doing that off the top of my head right now.
We need to the line, man, and that's fucking rubbish. It's not even that; it's the fact that Edinburgh are second bottom, and they're almost
30,000 miles ahead.
And we're cheating.
We're only three guys.
Glenn Bryce has done 2 workouts and done 4,000 miles. We're cheating like mad.
And see, the thing is, I'm still not convinced it's his fault. I think it's the app's fault. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's sound.
I'd like to. Do you know what we should need to do? We need to get him on the show. Actually, let's get him on and just be like, it's like, excuse me, mate, what are you doing here? Because I don't want to call it fat fingers or anything like that, because there ain't nothing fat on that boy. You know what I'm saying?
What? Sorry. Maybe it's those oi performance socks just make you go further. Other socks are available.
In fairness, he's actually getting chin now. They're like Simon Donnelly's questioning it, and you get an ex-Celtic legend saying, "I want to see a breakdown of his workouts." I'm like, I'm not going to say no to Simon. Like, I used to cheer the guy on. Like,
what's the people, the anti-doping agency? I'm pretty sure they're questioning it. So
Stuart's inquiry.
That's it. It's like that. We need to go check the juice in this boy.
Did you not see the good thing about it, right? Like, obviously, there's loads of leagues, and actually, I feel bad ripping someone, right? But I seen a few of these other people that were putting up their league, going, "Oh, look, our league's doing so well," and they've got like fucking 10 people in it, 43 people. We've raised about over 800 quid in our league. We've done hundreds of thousands of, well, not hundreds of thousands. That's exaggerating. Bad.
That is definitely exaggerating.
We've done 1,500 miles in our league alone in 9 days. So, see if you're going to put something up celebrating it. Make it count, man. We're the ones that are nailing it, no one else. So if anyone is still looking for a league, just search for the Back Bar Podcast. You'll find our league and you'll become one of the chosen ones. And on that note, like as we've said from the start, we've got loads of prizes that we're going to be putting out. But I don't know who half of you are in this league. So you're either not going to get a prize.
Yeah, so Gary Emmons, Jamie Savage, who are you?
Yeah, who are these people? What you need to be doing is following us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and going to just drop us a wee message to say, by the way, I'm that guy that's done 4 million miles, just so that we know that if you win, we can get in touch so we get your prize. Not for us, for you. Do it for yourself. That's what you need to be doing. So just a wee reminder for anyone that's listening that finger it.
And anyone that's listening that hasn't joined the league, join us.
Yeah. Get involved with it.
Yeah. And if you're scared about your miles going to Glasgow, that's not how it works. Whatever you signed up, whatever district you're in, the miles go there. This is just a bit of competition. So I don't want to be a dick, but fucking come at me.
I know, competition amongst friends, but you're going to lose. I think is what was kind of sobering fact yesterday was that when we're doing that Doddie Aid Roll, like I've done something just over 55, 58 miles or something this week. And there was people doing that in one day yesterday in that rowing. You know, well, no, I think it was kilometers, but you know that's about 30, 40 miles around about there. So they're doing what I'm doing in like what I do in a week. They're doing in like a day.
It was talking to like John Davidson and Jane Leonard about the Atlantic and Row Pacific challenges they'd done, talking about John just rode until he fell asleep, basically.
No.
Had a quick break, woke up and just started rowing again.
I think it was the bit where he talked about he's spewing up these peaches and he kept eating them. I was like,
caught them in the bag.
I know. It's like, oh my lord. It's like I would just be like, sub me in, you know.
See when you just go till you fall asleep. I would literally wouldn't get by Troon, man. I just
make sure there was
500 meters done. Then I'm like, right, that's a wee for a wee that.
You see Minnie's boat just bobbing up against the wall of Troon Harbour,
just bouncing off at the science centre. Just like fucking. It's ridiculous, man. Some of the stuff that Jane Leonard been breaking our concept too by going up to 50,000, whatever it was.
She got to 50. Was it 50k? And the concept too basically put the finger up at her and said, "No more. I'm done."
And then, I mean, it was crazy to hear that. And then the thing is, she comes back on all smiles and stuff. We did a fraction of that between us, and I was fucking furious, man.
I know. It's weird shouting at a piece of equipment as well, but like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, I had a wee moment in the gym today. I was on the bike and I was just tanning it, and I listened to these like inspirational, like it's got music in the background, but the guy's like, "This, what if today was your last day?" I love all that, right? So I had it in. I was like,
if it was, you'd be off the exercise bike and in the pub.
So I was sitting there going for it, and I was like, I finally done it, and I done my last 3 miles in just over 10 minutes, right? I absolutely hammered it, and that was good for me, right? I was really chuffed. I went to get off the bike and my leg just went. So this left leg went. I was literally like doing Thriller dance across to get the bloody tissues to wipe it down. But all movement counts. All movement counts. But it was rough. I think it was because we've decided that for every kilometre you do, you get a biscuit yesterday.
Oh yes, your new hashtag. Yes,
that's it. Biscuits per km.
Kilometers.
Treat yourself. Eat yourself. Make yourself.
What's it? You can never outwork a bad diet, but biscuits for kilometers. Like doing a kilometer, you've earned a biscuit. You know.
Well, see, this is it. But it's not even outwork a bad diet. If you do the work first, you're not competing with a bad diet. Do you know, like outwork a bad diet means you're both doing it at the same time, right? If you do your workout first and then do the biscuit, it doesn't count.
This is some amazing justification to eat a packet of hobnobs after.
Whoa, just a packet.
That's dark chocolate digestives I went for last night.
Oh, I do like
milk chocolate digestives.
Dark chocolate.
Oh, dark chocolate. Hello.
The connoisseur's choice.
I was going to say someone's palate has grown in the years.
It's a cigar and red wine with it as well.
I'm just sitting there waiting for the sponsorship deal because we said biscuits for KMs or whatever, and
Hef had his smoking jacket, and he's got his digestive jacket. Oh, dark chocolate, please.
It's my digestive joggies is what I've got.
Stretchy.
Excellent maternity pants. A wee pouch at the front for my biscuits. So it means they don't melt in my hand. I don't need to reach out. They're just in my wee pouch, and I can just.
I didn't know what you were talking about. If it was actual biscuits or your biscuits, you know, I was like, oh my god,
no one's getting a
pouch for my biscuits.
So that's it. So that's probably a wee bit of nutritional advice in the back bar. Obviously, the place you come to for nutritional advice. If you've done a kilometre, you deserve a biscuit. So
none of us are qualified nutritionists or PTs. So follow our advice at your own peril.
So I'm taking this off.
I can't wait to get in touch with like McVitie's and be like, listen, we've got we're onto something here, you know. It's a new slogan for them, or you know,
it's going to clash with our affiliation with Spartan Protein. We've got Spartan Protein.
He could do Spartan biscuits or something. Spartan biscuits for kilometers. Oh yeah,
protein biscuits. I don't know.
Right, we're getting a cut of whatever they sell for.
I'm still just thinking about this pouch for biscuits, you know. It's like
we'll bring out a pair of joggies with the back bar logo and a wee pouch for your biscuits. A biscuit bum bag. There's something there.
A biscuit bum bag, you know. I would be about 20 stone if I had a biscuit bum bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you're getting your miles in for Doddie, who cares if you're 20 stone or 10 stone or whatever?
That's true. That's it. The bike doesn't care.
We're doing a good job.
The bike might start to care if you get too heavy.
Well, the stationary bike doesn't care. You know, he just sits there and behaves himself. So
just creaks occasionally, laugh.
That's how you know you sit on the bike and he goes, ugh. The seat bleeds out.
Just coming up in your fancy Peloton, just like, have you considered fasting before you train? Like, you're having your porridge in the morning, making it really difficult.
Peloton bike takes a leaf out of Jane's Concept 2's book and just quits on you.
I know.
God, I actually wish machines would quit on me, man.
I think that's the other thing is this is a great challenge or a great motivator because last year my training was very mediocre. Mediocre would probably be a nice way of putting it. See, since I've signed up to this challenge, like I said, I've done 50-something odd miles this year. I haven't done that in a month last year. So I'm like that. I've got these two fannies looking at me right now. It's in front of everybody. There's 43 people on the thing. I'm like, I've got to go. Like, I don't care. It's Ryan Wilson says it, balls out. Let's fucking get going. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm just glad you didn't take that message the wrong way.
I know. I put it in my little biscuit pouch.
A different Zoom call.
Biscuit/ball.
But that's anyway. That's what Doddie Aid is about. You know, it says it's like after December that's the thing is the winter blues. You hit November, weather's pish. You know, summer's over, Christmas is done. You know, you overdo yourself. You get into January, get going, get moving. And as I said, you could be walking the dog. You don't have to. I think what we took away from yesterday as well, with all these like amazing people piling out miles and miles on the rows, is it doesn't have to be fast, you know. Just get it done. Just go in there. If you're doing 10 miles or 10 kilometers or 5 kilometers, it doesn't have to be done in, you know, record time. Just get it done through the day, or, you know, and that's what it is. Just
to see the difference as well. And like, I was the same as you. I think lockdown, I found lockdown really difficult. I think the whole lack of socializing and stuff just kind of, it totally wears your mental health down, and you're like, what's the point? So you end up eating shit and you just feel like shit. But obviously with this challenge, there was nowhere to hide. So I couldn't come out with my usual excuses of injury or work or any of that. Like, I had no choice but to train. But the mental health difference, I'm in a better mood. I feel more upbeat. I've got more energy. So not only are you getting nutritional advice in the back bar, you're now getting mental health advice in the back bar. But this is actual real science. But the more you train, endorphins make you feel better. Just go for a fucking walk, man. Go and do something. Like, it's
scare of the house.
That's it. Absolutely.
Like it's even the things when you're doing something. When we were asking John Davidson about his Atlantic Row, and he's like the 3 gears. And he's like, the first one, you hit the point where you're like, oh, I think I might be done, and then all you've got to do is be like, bugger off.
Yeah.
Hit gear 2, and then it's just going up control. In the. Yeah,
absolutely. Mind control. And so I like training in the morning. It says I'm terrible for training in the afternoon, in the evening and stuff like that. I used to be good at it when I was younger, but now I need to train in the morning, or else I will think of any excuse to not do it. Exactly. But the problem is working out in the morning, especially in the middle of January, is it's freaking cold. Your body's stiff. It's the weather. I said I went out for a run. What day was it? Saturday, and it was snowing, and so it didn't go far. But it's that mental thing of just getting the shoes on. As soon as you get out of your bed, you're done. You know, you've got past it. And I think that's what it is. Just whatever time of day, just commit to what you're doing and just keep going.
But that's the good thing about the league, though. See, having a look at it, there's such a broad range of miles. It doesn't really matter how many you've done. Obviously, there's wee competitions and that, but it's just good to see people that are going for it and just trying to do stuff. And obviously, there's loads of people in that group that we know that maybe haven't done much in the way of training over the last wee while, that have really embraced it and they're kicking on. But there's nothing negative can come of that. Like,
absolutely.
So no, it's been really good. And obviously, it's got the effect of the money that's getting raised as well. So anyone that's listening that's not doing it, it's not too late. If you join a day before the end, you're still doing something. So
get signed up, pick your team, join our league, prizes to be won.
Good prizes.
And even actually, you're talking about people that haven't done much and have been busting the balls. Shout out to Mr. David Ross Cocaine.
Absolutely.
Who's been absolutely smashing it so far. I don't want to bum his ego too much, but he has been absolutely killing it so far.
And the thing is, that's not a fake name. His name is actually David Ross Cocaine. His bank card says DR Cocaine, so his bank card says Dr. Cocaine. Insane. But the guy's been
insane for the cocaine.
Yeah, but he's been smashing it, and obviously he's just had another wee girl back at the end of October, beginning of November. He's got loads of reasons why you could say he's not doing it, but he's getting off his arse and moving, and it's fair play to him, along with everyone else that's been doing a good shift. But also, there's 3 people in our back bar league that haven't moved yet.
What?
We've recorded it. There's 3 people. I'm not going to name them. They'll know who they are. Finger out.
Do they think there's a prize for last place or something?
If I knew that, I wouldn't have moved. I would have loved it. A big egg at the bottom. I know the booby prize is a night out with us, so you better get shifting.
We're not saying that's last place though.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it depends who it is. Like if it's Rue Jackson, like he's. Oh, sorry, did I just name someone? Sorry.
As Jacko renews his restraining order on you,
I'm like, if he comes last, I'm like, Jack, guess what you won? He's like, oh, God damn it!
Jacko gets the email through from Strathclyde Police. Would you like to auto renew?
Or that he'll just take a job in like South Asia or something like that.
I'll just deal with the internet market over in North America.
or North Korea, something like that.
Huge
anyway, enough probably blabbing from us. What's on the cards tonight, lads?
All right, okay, yeah, sure. We'll get down to business. Also, did you have something to say there, John?
No.
No, okay.
Sorry.
It just made a noise there. That
was involuntary. That was the after effects of yesterday's row, and it's been happening all day.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. Down to business. So we actually have a guest that joining us tonight, gentlemen. So he is a retired Scottish internationalist rugby player. Very handsome man, I will have to add. But so Mr. Kelly Brown is going to be joining us tonight just to talk about Doddie Aid, his progress, and maybe give us a bit of chat about what he's doing. Without further ado, we'll bring him on. Hello. Anyway.
Let's go.
Right. Our next guest here is retired international rugby legend. He represented Scotland 64 times and at club level played for Glasgow and Saracens. Welcome to the show, Mr. Kelly Brown.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
welcome. Thank you for joining us.
How have you been doing anyway?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good, yep. I had a good, I was going to say a break over Christmas. In professional sport, you don't get any time off over Christmas, but it was nice to spend a bit of time with the family. And the season, it's obviously right in the middle of it now, so it's busy, but enjoying life.
Excellent. I know that's the thing is that all these organisers that do sports, they must just be like, these professionals, they have such a good life. How do we just mess up their life even more? So I tell you what, they're not allowed any beers or any turkey at Christmas. So we'll just make them work harder. So,
do you know what else would be good in the UK? Why don't we do winter rugby? There's another great
make it cold, make it wet, let them go and earn their dollars, you know.
Christmas as a coach must be slightly better than Christmas as a player, though.
It is, yes. Yeah. So obviously it doesn't really matter what sort of shape I'm in physically, as long as I'm mentally on it. So yeah, it is easier. But I mean, I've done it ever since, ever since I was sort of 18, 19. I've always played a game either on Boxing Day or the 27th or whatever. So I'm just used to it. Yeah, just how it is.
That's it.
Oh, excellent. Well, as I said, I know that we're tight for time, but I said John and Martin are going to ask you a few questions, so we'll just get fired into that straight away.
Right, let's go. So, obviously, the point of what's going on at the moment all across the country is Doddie Aid.
Yep.
You're involved with Team Glasgow, but you were brought up in the Borders. You played for Melrose and the Borders. So you've had a few years with the Warriors, obviously. What was it, 3 or 4 years? Yeah. So how did you get tied into Team Glasgow?
So basically, when when we did the first one, so last winter, I was coaching up there. I was coaching Glasgow, and Rob phoned me up and he said, "We'd like you to be captain." And I was like, "Okay, I've lived in Glasgow at that point for about 3 months, and it's been COVID, so I don't know a huge number of people. But yes, I'd love to do it. Like, so Doddie's a legend, isn't he? And I've known him a long time as well. So yeah, I was delighted to help. And now I'm still in Team Glasgow. I'm not the captain anymore, probably because I now live about 380 miles away from the place. But yeah, I'm still involved, and hopefully, you know, we can raise a similar sort of figure, if not more, this year.
Yeah, Rob can be a persuasive character, can't he?
He is. Well, yeah, he's persuasive and he is relentless. He just goes on and on and on and on and on about it. But now it's brilliant, you know, because of his energy and drive. It's why last year was such a success, and why I'm sure it will be over the course of the next 5 or 6 weeks.
No, good. So how's it been going for you? Obviously with games and coming thick and fast and training and whatnot. How have you been getting on with your own challenge? You've been doing okay so far? Or
I'm doing all right. Yeah, doing all right. My only slight sort of, I would say there's a gripe really, is the fact that it doesn't have a weights option. So I do a fair amount of weight. So I don't know.
Oh, tell me about it.
So how do you quantify that into miles or K? So that's my only
chest reps into miles, you know.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the only issue, but nah, it's just good. It's I do a fair bit of running and cycling alongside the weights, and it's just a good challenge, isn't it? And as I said, the main thing is for people, you know, to get involved and to spread the word and to raise a load of money.
Yeah, it's brilliant seeing actually the sort of variety of people that are getting involved, from young to old, and like the different efforts. Because we were hosting the live streams in the rowing event yesterday.
All right.
And there was like all sorts. I think there was everything. I think the oldest one we know we had was a 69-year-old woman from North Virginia.
Oh, really?
Taking part.
Okay.
And then there were some
called Michael.
Yeah, she was called Michael, which is even more random.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Rob Wainwright.
I can't say anything about a name. A strange name. I like it. I think that's a normal name for a woman, isn't it?
Because Rob Wainwright came on and he was like, "I'm not sure, is this Michelle or Michael?" She's like, "Nope, it's Michael. I've been dealing with this my whole life." Good on you, Hen. Good on you.
She was, but it's been brilliant just seeing like the different people that have been getting involved and getting the miles in, whether it's just people going out and walking their dogs and getting a couple of miles a day, or the people that have we've got Tony McHardy, that's top of our back bar podcast mini league.
Oh,
he's
really?
done about 300, 400 miles or something, just sitting on his exercise bike in the house, absolutely rattling out the miles.
Fair play.
Well,
that's just 1 week.
Yeah, we say he's top of our league. Technically, Glenn Bryce is the top of our league, but it turned out he done his first run, and I think he done a 5K, which would be 3 point something miles.
Yeah.
But whatever happened with the conversion, it turned into 3,700 miles in one sitting. So he basically ran from Glasgow to Q8 in one sitting.
Yeah.
And then he's all over Instagram going, "There's my 5K." You know?
It's very athletic, Bryce. It's the sort of thing you can do.
Multitasking.
No, it's been good. So have you got any particular goals for it yourself? Have you got roped any of the boys from down there into?
So it's a challenge trying to convince English people that have been to Glasgow about 3 times to sign up for Team Glasgow, which is proven a bit of a challenge. But as I said, I just try and sort of spread the word. I encourage people to really join sort of any team. It's preferably, as I said, it's Team Glasgow. You know, we've got a very strict selection criteria. If you've ever sort of lived there, been there, or indeed if you've heard of it, you are eligible.
It's a bit like the Scotland team then, it sounds like.
Oh, that's a controversial statement, that one.
Sorry, I know. We might edit that bit. Sorry.
I'm sure we touched on something like that with Ryan Wilson last week with the Scottish-based players.
All right, okay.
As he called them. But I thought with how friendly the Sarries Glasgow games have been in the past, that it would be an easy job to get the Sarries boys on board.
Yeah, they have been pretty fiery, to be honest, haven't they? I think when we came up a couple of years ago, so I didn't come up, but the boys said the atmosphere was, it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. But that's I used to love, so when I played up there, I used to love the crowds. I thought the crowds were brilliant because they just sort of went for it and they were all in and completely one-eyed and biased and behind us. And it was amazing. And so the Sarries boys obviously went up and they experienced it, and they said it was one of the most intense environments they've been to, so which has got to be a good thing, for guys.
Yeah, it's great when we're allowed fans in.
That's the thing. It's probably one of the disappointments. So when I was up there, so there was never any crowds when I was up there as a coach.
Of course, yeah.
So we never had a crowd in, which was, it was very strange, but obviously it was done for the right reasons, but it does changes sport.
Yeah. Oh, big time. And I guess talking of the Sarries side of things, they've had an up and down few years.
Yeah.
With the demotion to the Championship, and then you've rejoined them last year, just as they've been making their way back out the Championship into the Prem. What's that been like then? The change in the atmosphere or the kind of feeling around the club with all that going on?
Yeah, it's been, as you said, it's been an interesting couple of years. It wasn't, to go through it was, it was hard. It was hard. There's obviously the club has made a lot of mistakes, and so it's fair enough. We held our hands up and that sort of stuff. And we got a medicine. Went down into the Championship, and actually, so my first week back at the club, it was the week of the first game in the Championship. It was Pirates away. We got beaten, and so thinking, right, I'm not sure if this is a fantastic idea. Are we going to get out of the Championship? It's so weird, all these thoughts that you have, but but in some ways, where I think we take a lot of pride is if the culture and if the environment of the place, if it wasn't as good, I think you'd have seen a lot of people leaving, and it would have splintered and fractured and broken. Everything would have broken up. But I think where we're pretty proud is we came together and everyone fought and worked unbelievably hard for each other, and we managed to get back up. Obviously, kept a lot of the players, a lot of the stars, and that sort of stuff, which has been great. And I think as a club, we're in a pretty good place. We're sitting second in the league at the halfway point, and so we'll just keep on going. It's about just making sure you finish in the top four and then into the playoffs, because that's when it counts.
Yeah, I think that's the thing as well. When something like that happens, it can go two ways, as you said. It can either splinter and, people leave and all the rest of it, or the other thing it can do is actually create a better sense of unity. It's like that siege mentality, they call it, isn't it? That it's like, right, we just need to knuckle down. And obviously it helps keeping some of the talent that, the Lions that you had in the squad and, England caps and stuff. But yeah, it's obviously been a good journey. And as you said, sitting second in the table is a good place to be for now. But it'll be a tough second half of the season, I think, for you guys.
Oh, it will be, and the league is unbelievably competitive. Like it really is. So there's a couple of sides that haven't won too many games, but in general, it's a battle every single week. And if you're off by a fraction, then you come unstuck. So yeah, we just got to keep on going. It's a bit of a cliche, but it really is the next game. It's just sort of one game at a time. As I've said, all we've got to do is finish in the top four and then into the knockout games. And we've done it before and finished top by miles and then got beaten in the semi-finals. And we've done it before when we scraped into the playoffs and we won the whole thing. So we know it's it's about just getting into the playoffs, and then hopefully if we've got a clean bill of health, we can have a good go at it.
Yeah, because it's been it must be like just when you say about the championship stuff as well. Because when you're down there, if that squad doesn't come together, you're going to all these teams that are seeing Saracens, the big boys, and you're everybody's cup final.
Yeah,
for the whole season.
And the clubs are seeing it like that. All the players we're playing against are thinking, right, if I play well, I could be signed by Saracens. Like all this sort of stuff. It was also the pressure of the season being shortened. We lost the first game. We're like, right, now, are we going to finish in the top two? You know, there could be a couple of other sides that only lose one game. Is guaranteed, you know, we're going to get into the playoff final and all this sort of stuff. But I've got to say credit to the senior players. So it's sort of Vunipolas and Faz and Maro and Jamie George and that lot. They were unbelievable. So they never complained. They never moaned about some of the places that we went to. I would imagine was a little bit different for those guys. But they were incredible. And they set the standard, and because of that, you know, we managed to bounce back up.
Yeah, one of the you just touched on there was Farrell as a player, so he gets quite a bit of stick most places he goes. That boy, and it was actually brought up. Like Ryan Wilson and him had a wee run in as well. But I think we obviously see one side of it, and again with the blue tinted specs on of being Scottish, and you see the guy that's driving the other team. What's he like to work with?
Oh, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Yeah. So Wilson. Did he tell you what happened, or he sort of told you what happened?
He didn't really go into detail.
Pieces, but I'm keen for another perspective.
Yeah, that's it. Someone that was watching it.
Tunnelgate, yeah, because I was actually doing a bit of coaching with the Scotland side at the time, so that was an interesting day. But he is an incredible pro. Like he is so competitive. I think that's probably why he cops a bit of stick, because he is unbelievably competitive, and he wants to win. He wants to get better every single day, and so he works hard to do that. What people don't see is he's a good guy off the pitch. He is a good guy off the pitch. I think it's just because he's so competitive. He's abrasive. He doesn't take a step back. I think opposition fans, you know, they almost they love to hate him, but it's always disappointing. Or I find that people are always disappointed when I say, yeah, he's a nice guy. Like, so Scottish people especially, like, oh, he must be an arse. I'm like, no, he's not. He's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah. If there's fans allowed in at Murrayfield for the game on the 5th of February, I'll be in there. As soon as anyone starts shouting at Farrell, I'll be, whoa. Kelly said he's a good lad. Let's give him a chance.
Farrell, you're okay. Farrell, you're okay.
So if you hear that, that's us starting it.
Right.
I don't think that's going to catch
branch
on.
Of the Owen Farrell.
It could be a small club, but we'll give it a go.
A club of 3, I think, you know, or 2.5. I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet.
That's the start.
Talking of the Six Nations, can we get a quick prediction from you? Who do you think is going to? Because it looks like it's going to be super competitive.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's almost impossible to predict. I genuinely do. Like, it's just Scotland could win. They could win the Six Nations. You know, they're good enough. If they keep all their players fit, I think there's certain players are so important to them. I think Finn is incredibly important, and I think. At the back, I think Hoggy is also very, very important, and I think it's almost just their experience and their mindset. I think as Scots were taught to work hard, but be humble and don't start to think you're good. Like it's almost a Scottish thing. And as soon as anyone dares to be good and sticks their head above the parapet, it's like, oh, don't be cocky.
Absolutely.
Whereas those two, like, in the right way, is they've got so much confidence and belief, and they genuinely, and I'm sure they genuinely think, give me the ball, I'll do something amazing. And I think to have those sorts of players in the squad, it's so important for the team. And then there's a load of other guys as well. So all the guys that went on the Lions tour over the summer, so they've seen all the best players from the other countries, and the folks have been like, well, listen, I'm as good as they are. Mm-hmm. And so again, it gives you the confidence. So it's about starting well. So obviously England up first, it's a big start. But if Scotland can start well, then I don't see any reason why, it can't be a really good Six Nations.
Cool. Just on that, if there's any really hard physical drills that you want to give some of the boys down there just before the game,
yeah, that's it.
I'm sure that'll go fine.
Yeah. See what I can do.
Right. Well, I guess conscious of time as well, we've got a little thing we do with all our guests. It's normally a 10-question speed round, but for our Doddie Aid specials, we're doing a slightly shortened version.
Okay.
It's just the three question speed round. It's just 3 daft questions.
Okay.
Just whatever answer comes to mind first, we'll do. You don't need to overthink these.
He looks like he's got fear in his eyes there.
I'm not sure what's coming.
So we've all picked a question each. So right, I'll crack on with them.
Get them going, Gamble. Let's
go. So first up, obviously you played for Scotland. If you could have played for a country other than Scotland, who would you have picked?
Ireland.
Wow. Okay.
My dad's Irish.
Oh, that seems fair enough. Last week, Ryan Wilson forgot Ireland were even in the Six Nations.
Either Ireland or England, because England get 25,000 a game.
That was
all I heard was Ireland's good.
Favorite fancy dress outfit?
Favorite fancy dress outfit. I'm trying to think. I'm a fan of the Braveheart outfit, with the face paint and stuff like this. So we did when I first came to Saracens. So each year, so we don't do it now, but each year we did the squad photo in fancy dress.
Cool.
Right.
And it was really cool, actually. And so I've got a few up in the house, and then one of them, myself and Jacques Berger were in the Braveheart.
Nice.
I lent him a spare kilt, so that was a good one.
I like it. Nice. And then third and final question. You're known to have quite a set of lungs on you for a good song. If you could have sung in any band, which band would you have picked?
If I could have sung in any band, Guns N' Roses are quite cool.
They are pretty cool, mate. Aye.
They're quite cool. I was either that or Queen were unbelievable as well.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I could see that actually, a duet with you and Freddie.
In your Braveheart kit.
Yeah, that's it.
He'd be good.
Freddie would be up to your hip, I think.
Yeah. I actually saw them once. I went to a party a couple of years ago, and Queen played at it with Adam Lambert, cool. And they were unbelievable. But
magic. Well, on that note, the last question we've got, we're collating a wee back bar playlist on Spotify. So all our guests have been just putting through one of their favourite songs or their go-to song. So what would your recommendation be that we can pop onto the playlist?
Oh, Jesus, this is difficult. So one of my bus songs. Mm-hmm. So Always by Bon Jovi, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when you said bus trip, I was getting a wee bit worried that we're going to go down the route of some rugby bus songs.
Father Abraham.
There we go. Family show.
Yeah. Thanks very much for your time, Kelly. It's been a pleasure to catch up with you, and all the best with all your coaching and everything going on. And let's see those miles and bench presses on the Doddie Aid app. We'll put that suggestion for next year.
Definitely. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me and for helping. To support it. Brilliant call.
Well, if you're looking for a wee league to join, then, just find the Back Bar League and you can try and pit your wits against Ryan Grant, Murray Jackson, not Glenn Bryce because he's not.
Bryce has got the cheat code.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome, mate. Thanks very much, Kelly.
Brilliant. Thanks, Kelly. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, gents.
See you, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
That was great, So I definitely wouldn't mess with him as well. These guys that are tall, they even look tall on the camera.
I know.
It's like, I don't know, maybe, you look average.
You look normal.
You look like normal. So I know you've got the seat boosted up and everything, or a pillow or something. But
he's sitting on the yellow pages.
It's So, but it's even people they sit there, they're probably sitting about 6 feet back from the camera just to fit in it.
I was just looking there and I could just see the line under his bicep. I was like, damn.
That's an
is he made your man crush list, Ali?
You what, sorry?
Is he made your man crush list?
Yeah, I think so. He's too tall for me.
He's
too tall for me.
He's too tall. That's it. I don't like someone that would
dominate you.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I didn't want to say that word, but it's a little bit weird. So yeah, tall people just. I mean, you'd have no friends if you didn't like tall people, but so I don't know where I'm going.
No, that's not the case, because like tall people are tall people. You're saying height differential. That's different.
All right, yeah, that's.
Then I would have no friends. Luckily, we're all the same height. Like, I'm taller than you in the screen.
Oh yeah, so
he's about the same height as all of us.
I know he is.
Oh man.
So that was another episode of Doddie Aid in the bag. I'll have to say that we keep smashing what we're doing with Doddie Aid. Everybody that's out there, just keep plugging away with those miles. The Back Bar League is looking pretty good at the moment as well. I said, what's your man, Tom?
Shout out to Tony McCarty, who's absolutely killing it at the moment.
Oh, man. Like I said,
Andy Kerr as well. There's
Andy,
at the top of the table there. They're doing really well, but Tony's man.
He's going for it. So, but yeah, everybody, even get what you can, keep going, keep moving. As I said, this is a fantastic cause, a fantastic charity. The money that's been raised as well, I said that keeps coming in as well. So thank you very much for your support.
Just a quick check there. We're at about 150 miles out of 500.
Boom!
So far, and that's only a week in, and we're about a third of the way through.
My body's about a third of the way broken.
Injuries, he said, let's not get too cocky right now. Anyway, but yeah, we're going for it. But as I said, everybody keep plugging away, and we'll see you in about a week's time as well with some more updates.
Some more cool cats coming on next week, I think. So we'll maybe double it up again. So it's going to get a bit cozy in this wee Zoom meeting, but I'm pretty happy to rub shoulders with the people who've got on. Yeah. So. As
I think we're going to stay away from Zoom Ergo right now, or Erg, or whatever that's called. We're not going anywhere near that. Rowan is
hard work, man.
Benched.
I didn't even take the rowing machine out of the boot last night. I just left it in there, just walked away in disgust.
I'd have stuck it up on eBay if I were you, but I'll do it for you.
Just pitch it on the M8 on the way home.
You are not my friend anymore.
On the way to McDonald's, like that.
Or maybe just swap a Big Mac for do you want this thing? What's it called again? An erg? Or what's it called?
We'll call it erg.
Do you want this rowy thing?
I forgot my wallet, but I have an erg.
The guy playing, that looks really
it's
nice.
Worth at least one Big Mac.
Oh yeah, and some free ketchup. But yep. So we'll be updating you right through the month of January and into February as well. So keep going, boys. See you soon. Later.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Cheers.